Okay, you may be checking out this podcast and your question may be, what is player development really? Maybe you've seen some of my videos or you haven't seen me define it. So I'm gonna define it and we'll dive deeper into what player development truly or really is. Player development is the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programs and initiatives. So it is intentionally creating impact in the lives of athletes. Yes, that is that. And my name is Ed Jones. I'm the founder of Beyond the Field, where we help develop people and elevate programs. All right, so that is the definition of player development. It's that simple. There's a lot of different aspects to it. There's benefits of player development. There's different areas of player development. And you know what's incredible about that is I wrote an entire book on player development. Let's go. And the crowd goes, wow. That's always what I imagined it would sound like. But maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe you just went wow. But this book right here breaks down what player development is. And so I want to break down one section of the book that talks about player development. So there are 3 sections to the book. The first section is what is player development. The second section is the Beyond the Field program. This is a program that I used in my time with the University of Houston football team, the Kansas football team, and the Baylor football team as well. And then the third section is the secret sauce. Yes, the secret sauce you need to create massive impact in player development. But this video is about what is player development. So in this section in part 1, we define player development. There's player development reflection questions. So if you get the book and you're interested in player development, there's questions for you to ask yourself about where you are in player development, how important it is to you, and how you can grow, right? Which you'll answer them after you read the book. You will come back to those questions in the end. Hey, I love it. There's benefits of player development, area of player development responsibilities, and player development's impact on a program. So today we're going to talk about the benefits of player development, the 10 areas of player development, and the impact of player development on a program. Now, before I get started, if you want to purchase this book, it is in the show notes. Amazon link is in the show notes. If you want me to sign one and send one to you, that link is in the show notes as well. So this book breaks down 10 benefits of player development, Now, I'm going to talk about one of the biggest benefit of player development. Most coaches, when they take a job or athletic director leads the athletic department, or for principal, superintendent, GM, whoever, they all want to make an impact on the lives of athletes. And the biggest benefit of player development is you're able to help create better people, better citizens. Yes, everybody says we want to make, when I was in college football, we want better husbands, fathers, workers, citizens. Well, how do we do that, right? In player development, we are looking for the things. What do you want? So I would go back to a coach and say, Coach, when you say that, Coach, what are you looking for? Do we want better communicators? Do we want people that are more thoughtful, more respectful, whatever it may be? But one of the major benefits of player development, however you want to do it in your program, and I always preach to people, you have to do what's true to you. What you want to do, what you want your program to look like, you have to do what that looks like for you. But whatever it is you want it to look like, one of the biggest benefits of player development is that you can help create better people and better citizens. All right. Now I have a podcast episode up here where I break that down even in more detail. But it's incredible what this work can do. You can help someone who is immature. Most people are immature, and immaturity is not an age. So it's not an age thing. So let me start there. But you can help them mature by having different things you want them to mature in. Is it resiliency? Is it growth mindset? Is it dealing with challenges, right? Is it communication? Is it mentorship? Whatever it is, you can define what a better person or a better citizen looks like. And so that is one of the major benefits of player development. Remember, in the book, there's 10 of them. There's 10 of them you can get in the book that are detailed, and each has 3 ways you can create that in your program. Matter of fact, I'll give you one. I'll give you one way to develop better citizens in your program. You want to communicate the growth areas. Make sure every athlete understands the expectations for becoming a well-rounded person in your program. Once again, you have to communicate it, you have to identify it, and then you let the players know. That's directly in the book. There's 3 other ways there as well. All right, the next thing we'll talk about is the 10 areas of player development. Yes, there are 10 areas. So the benefits are, overall, this is the benefit of having player development. Then the 10 areas breaks down to, here are 10 areas where you can create impact in player development. So taking my first example of this is how you can make a better, or one of the benefits is making better people better, making a better person or a better citizen. And in those 10 areas, there are areas that you can say, okay, this area is how we're gonna help them become a better person or a better citizen. Do you get it? Hey, 10 areas, let's go. So the one we're gonna talk about today is career development. Career development, it is such an important piece of the athlete experience. One of the biggest reasons being athletes get so many transferable skills from just being an athlete. If it's critical thinking, problem solving, communication, working in diversity, leadership, whatever you could think about, it's there. I would talk to our players and I would say, hey, you know, when 2x2, so if there's 4 receivers out there, there's 2 on this side, there's 2 on this side. Once that inside receiver motions over his trips, that backside safety, that outside linebacker, that cornerback, maybe even the middle linebacker, they have all thought about what plays can come next, what adjustments they need to make like that. And so what company would not want to hire someone who has critical thinking and problem solving skills that can happen just like that? And so the career development piece is important. You have former players in your program that are doing great things in the career space. You have former alumni of the school who may not have been athletes, but they're doing incredible stuff as well. You have the career services aspects. If your school district, city, you know, university, whatever it may be, career development is a huge area of player development. Huge area. Career development, preparing these players. We always talked about, you know, every speech, every coach gets up there and say, it's only going to be 2% of people in this locker room that make it to the NFL. All right, now the facts are the facts, right? Now that 2%, I think 0.87 get to their second contract, right? So what are you guys going to do with the rest of your life? That talk is really good, and I get it, and the guys don't really want to truly hear it. But imagine coming behind that with, hey, we've identified these skills in you, and here are careers that align with those skills. Hey, can you do an externship? Let's go do an externship. Let's go shadow, see what it looks like. Okay, we got time for you to do an internship or a micro internship. Okay, when you're done, that person, that booster, that individual, that company we made connections with, they want to hire you, right? So there's a lot of career development pieces, but that is one area that you can use in player development. Now, this is not only for college athletics or professionals. High school, you can do this at the high school level. You can do this at youth. Having players and athletes prepare for careers. It's never too early to prepare for careers. Look, they're preparing to either get a scholarship or play in the league right now, right? So you can prepare them for careers as well. So let me go through the book, and just like I did earlier, I am going to give you an example of 3 effective strategies. So here's one. I'm not going to give you all 3, but here's one effective strategy. All right. Provide access to companies and organizations that offer internships and job opportunities. Provide access to them. Let them come to practice. Let them come to games. Bring them around. Get them a shirt, right? They want to be around. Provide access to those individuals. All right. Now, the last thing we'll talk about today when we talk about what player development truly is, as it's all in this book. Once again, it's all in this book, is the impact on the program. Player development has an incredible impact on your program. One way that it impacts is parent or family communication. Yes. Parent or family communication is, I don't want to call it taboo, but it can be good, it can be bad, it can be in between, right? But most coaches, most administrators do not have time to communicate with family on a consistent basis, or as often as family wants to communicate with you, right? Because they want to communicate every day. But if you have someone in player development, or if you have a player development liaison, that person could communicate with family, parents and family through newsletters, through office hours, through whatever it may be. And they are the liaison from the coach, administrator, to the family, to the player, and they're in between. And they're given, hey, this is what they're saying, this is what coach is saying, here's the middle. This is super impactful on a program to let parents know. Once again, I was a high school coach and I worked in college football. So I was 6 years as a high school coach. Imagine being in a high school program and you tell parents, hey, this coach or this person, this individual we have a parent liaison for our program. We know communication with you is important. So in our player development program, we have a liaison. This is the email that you can email us to. Here's the newsletter we send out every week. And here's the person you can talk to. Same in college, right? I was a person, whenever they would move their kids in and moving day, and the moms were sad, dads are sad, grandmas are sad, the little brothers, the little sisters like, yeah, get them out, right? I would go up and say, hey, you all, want to introduce myself. My name is Ed Jones. I'm Director of Player Development here. Just want to let you know, here's my number. Here's my email. If you have a question, let me know. Here's when I have office hours when I can meet with you all. And in some cases, we wanted to get to newsletter, but we started using Facebook groups for some programs I was in, which worked well. But either way, having that person who communicates with the family or the parents, it is huge. It will have a huge impact on your program. One thing I learned when I was a high school teacher, this teacher who was a veteran teacher who had more years than me said, Jones, parents just want to be heard. They just want to be heard. I was like, oh. So once I started doing, I just listened to parents, and we actually agreed on what I wanted to talk about. They just wanted to be heard. So having that avenue for parents just to be heard is huge. All right, now let's dive back in the book. Let's dive back in the book, because it's all where? It's all here in the book. It's all here in the book. All right. So one thing you have, and I love this, I used to do this all the time, game days and events. Go see the parents during game days. They're going to get a pass, most likely before the game. Sometimes they can, we would have our parents at some universities where they can get on the side of the field, and kind of the recruits will be over there, parents over there. So you can say hello. Not every place. Sometimes it was specific games, but you can say hello, or they would come to a certain section in the stands. You go up and say hello. I would always say hello at the end when they're outside the locker room. That engagement is huge because you're making touch points. And when we would travel on the road, the parents would come in, and at one university I was at, the University of Houston, Tom Herman would allow parents to have time with the players in the hotel. I would spend time there too, building those relationships. So parent and family communication is important. So to go back to recap what I talked about, player development is the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programs and initiatives. Now, here is this book. I wrote this to ensure that nobody has any questions about player development. It's a shameless plug, but it's also here to help you make sure you go get your book. Now, as I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create that generational impact today. And if you want to watch a full video that details the 10 benefits of player development even deeper, watch this video here. Go get your book. Let me know how it is. I'll see y'all.